I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's Daily Review. Today's July 13, Thursday, 2023. So we had this very small range day, very manipulative and very choppy. Generally, you'll expect that after a day like CPI. You want to get your trading done before CPI. But, or after, if you get a good move in after CPI, but next day, it's been moving so much that you're going to get some choppy and some consolidation. You generally wanted to look for a lower high. And what we did was we came up to 50% of this wick on the daily. Now it confused me for a second because, because of this imbalance right here that I was hoping to get to at the 930 move. So I wanted to be a seller from here, but my precision was too tight. Actually, if I had on the wrong time frame, I think I would have actually hit it if I had it changed to here, but I was stuck on a 15-minute. Look up this 15-minute to the left here. So on the 15-minute, was it the 15-minute? Yeah, I think it was the 15-minute. Yeah, so when I put on the 15-minute, it put it here, right? And I missed it by like literally 2 points. But if I had came in the 5 and paid attention and refined it, then it would have hit perfect. So then I would have had to done this. But in general, because I missed it, or because not missed it, but because I was expecting to hit it, I waited. So I was like, oh, they're going to retrace it and keep going up. And that didn't happen. So it was a very choppy day. I got to go into a smaller time frame real quick. A 1 minute. But all this was caught on 15-second, 30-second stuff. So, I mean, it's just hard for me to keep going back and forth. But when we opened up here, you'll see regular trading hours, we gapped up. So I knew we'd come up to take out this liquidity. And the thing is I wanted to take out that piece of liquidity right here. Look at this. That piece right there. I just wanted to tap in right there. But if you look on the right now, where is it? You see my cursor? You see how we didn't tap it? So that fucked me up completely because I was like, really? I'm like, we got so close. So, trying to be right is another thing, but I just really wanted to hit this. So it didn't happen, right? So price came in here. Okay. I know we have this opening range in the orange. Let me go fix this a little bit. And I knew we were going to come back down to wipe that out. Even if we went up or down, it didn't matter. I knew we would come here. And sure enough, because I didn't catch it, so this was a buy up here and then up here trying to catch one here, but it took me out, right? So, but when it took me out, this became a sort of shift in structure here. And then it retraced back up. Now, it retraced back into a 15-second imbalance, and it held through. Was it 15 or 30? Can't remember exactly, but yeah, I think it was 15. And then this was a good place to sell to, because when this price happened here, they were really sneaky. They shot this wick of this candle. Damn, I can't even do it. Right underneath my cursor, that candle right there, it wicked up real quick, right above that. Right when I seen that, I was like, oh, they just grabbed liquidity real quick, and we're on our way down. So this is how the sell started, and it was on a smaller time frame. But you can do the research there. You'll see it come back into the up block, which is, you can see it on this time frame as just a wick. See how it pops in there? Well, on a smaller time frame, this is an actual candle. So it's pattern I look for it, and we're taking it where we're wiping this out. And as you see here, we came damn near perfectly wiping it out. Came back up in the open gap and hit it perfectly. So this is showing you confluent coming back to the open, because this open is, I know this is busy and there's a lot going on, but my analysis is really deep. So But it comes down, and I have to show you this visually. I would never, I wouldn't even have this up here, to be honest. But I'm gonna leave it because when I teach it for the weekly webinar. But in general, so came to the opening gap. If you look on the daily, you'll see that there's that gap, right? So there's a gap between here and here. Now I'd like a body to be closed, and there isn't no body closed here. So we're probably going to see that tomorrow. I don't, I won't even get into tomorrow's conversation yet. Let me just finish. But so, okay, we tapped in there. All right. And then if I'm trying to make lower lows and lower highs, well, I look at it like, okay, well, this is the lower low here. This is the lower high coming back in here. And then I want to make a lower low, but it was, Dow was acting so stubborn all day while NAS and ES are just continuously going up. They held Dow, and Dow was super lame. So I recognized that this was not a good day to begin with. Number one, because we obviously moved up and down so much, and it's a day after CPI. That's number one. Number two, watching this 8:30 news event, it's kind of hard to explain all this, to be honest with you. But what happened is this made I got to change this to electronic trading. So here you'll see, okay, well, if this was going to be like a lower high, this whole swing from here to here, how would it look like? Well, you'd see higher lows, but then you'll get a liquidity taken from here at 8:30. This is how the price came down first. So this would be like my internal higher low to come up here. Yes, these are higher lows. Yes, but if it's going to chop up and come up, it's going to look like that. And I'm aware of how they deliver it, right? So let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. This lower low to this lower high in here, this became a high, then a higher low, then a higher high, but that's the end of that leg. How would this leg look like? Well, let's come over here real quick, and it would look something like this. So with this leg coming down, which we should now break this structure technically and make another low and then retrace for a lower high, right? If you're following me. Well, this whole leg down to here was that like lower low, right? And then the retracement here would be the lower high, right? But I'm saying that because we're taking structure here and liquidity, and then we built liquidity here and almost here, but it was kind of an extreme. But when it bounced up after bouncing off of the daily open gap, all right, so price comes up and breaks that structure in a way, right there, this high, breaks above it, retraces, and if it doesn't go below here, well, we're not continuing lower high yet. We're in this phase of retracing, right? So this is a short-term break, meaning it broke above and retraced, and it didn't go below here, so it bought from here, right? And you're in the opening gap still, right? The buy here would have started from, yeah, actually this was done on a 15-second, so you can't really see it, but there is a down candle here. Do the research. I just can't keep, doing too much, so I have to keep myself limited. Getting tired of making videos, to be honest with you. But I just enjoy it though, and you're gonna benefit a lot. But anyways, these are all entries here, and then you see it comes right back into that block, stays there. See how it's still staying in its blocks. And I mean, I didn't want to sit through all that, so I took the shit here. But I waited, and I was cool. I was doing something else, and sure enough, I knew that the power hour was gonna push it at least a nice move or a nice direction. These aren't big ranges. This is consolidating. This is my understanding that I'm playing the day that way, right? So I'm not really involved in any of this bullshit. And I knew it was bullshit. What I was saying was I knew it was bullshit because the way they brought the price down, they kept it down, and then we went only here. We didn't even come up here. I'm like, and then it took forever to deliver this price here. So I was like, man, this day is fucked, right? So keep that in mind as far as context goes. So anyways, and I happen to be chilling, and this move happens where we come above that high right there, and then we peter out right here, which is right back into like this candle. So this would kind of like be a lower high from here, and they didn't take that out. So right away, and the time is 3:45. So generally between, sometimes you'll see you'll like 3:45, you'll see up until like 4 o'clock generally. It'll be a nice move and just wipe out all the people who are buying here. So the way I move with this snake is I transition from, once it's done a job as far as taking liquidity on a certain side, right? Obviously. So again, lower high, but more importantly, we took out this and we got, into this. Oh, right here. Because I almost forgot. Also, the reason for this sell here was because of this 1 hour wick. See this 1 hour wick right there? If you look to the right, see that right there? See how, now look to the right. See how we pop into that? So this sell wick here, to me, is a place to sell right at the open, because this is the supply wick. So it doesn't have to come 50%, but this is a level. So that's another reason why I'm like, okay, perfect. We can take this out. We can take a sell and expand down, and then I'm out at 4 o'clock. Now the reason why for this is because I decided to try a prop firm so I can teach it to people. I don't use prop firms, but I mean, obviously it's great. They're going to give you, 100 grand or whatever amount of money for nothing. So, but I want to be able to go through the experience and teach it. So I decided to do it, but they won't let you trade. They won't let you hold trades after 410. So I'm like, okay, got to deal with that. But, which I would not want to let go of this trade. This is a trade that I want to hold, but, this is fucking the way they do things. But it looks very heavy. Looks like it wants to come down, and we want to come in the next target to take out this daily imbalance. Obviously, the gap, but the daily imbalance between these two here would be that level, that little green line I put. I can change this to purple, but I'm putting it green for this is the next kind of target. After that, obviously, is we got this massive imbalance here, right, on the daily, completely, with inversion imbalance over here, these two here. So, but the general gist is to come through it. I mean, not all in one shot, but in that direction, right? All right, I think I made this video long enough, and hopefully this helped. Hopefully it's not too long, 13 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna call it a day. You guys have a great day. Take care. God bless.